Hello and welcome to this quick video to answer this question here from this chap asking about how you can set up Flapperons in things like INAV. So I've just pulled some old kit. We have an Maytech F405 flight controller here with a little receiver in it. It's got my old radio here that's just by the bench to kind of play with stuff on, and it's great. We can kind of just very quickly go through this because the question is about how can you add Flapperons to a model or flaps without adding any extra servos. And you can do that with Flapperons, where you turn the ailerons into two functions, ailerons and flaps, also known as Flapperons. Now if we go here onto INAV, and you can see here on the computer that we're connected already to the flight controller. If I move it on the desk, you can see it moving around. We can go into the mixer, and in here in the mixer we'll have a very clear view of the fact that we have two ailerons, and this is one of the key things. To be able to do this, you need to have the ailerons connected individually, so both outputs connected, because potentially you're going to have to offset them separately. So at the moment we have S4 and S5, which are these two middle connections here. Servo 2 and Servo 3 are where they're going to connect. We can see here that those are Servo 2 and Servo 3 are both outputting stabilized roll. There are ailerons. And again, if we're not sure which is which, we can always cheat. We can go into the output screen. If I just go into manual mode, which just turns off all the INAV stabilization and puts them on 1500, as I move the aileron control, we can see that it's moving servos 2 and 3. So those are my ailerons. How would I turn them into Flapperons? Well, actually, it's really, really easy. All I've done in the radio is I've gone and added one extra line in the mixer, and I've called it flap. And what I've done is I've put it onto a switch. I've put the weight as 50 and the offset as 50. Why have I done that? Well, that's because I don't want any negative effect. I just want the positive side of the movement. So let me show you what that looks like. If we go into the receiver here, and this is what we're looking at, you can see at the moment that channel 10, which is the one arbitrary one, it doesn't have to be channel 10, you can put it on whichever you want. But if I flick the switch on the radio, channel 10 goes from the middle channel position to the maximum, middle to maximum. It doesn't go anywhere below that. That then is something we can now mix into the two aileron outputs to give an offset that's going to act as the flaps. So to do that, it's really easy. Go into mixer, zoom down, we're going to add a new mixer rule. We're going to put it on servo 2, which is one of the aileron servos. We're going to put it as RC channel 10, which is the one that we've got. We can change the weight for whichever weight we want. I would say just put it something like 40% while you're testing everything. And then the speed, we can actually change how quickly things move. So I'll show you the effects of that in a minute. We'll add the same thing onto channel 3, and you'll see it kind of color codes it as we move around. Same amount, and put 100. Let's save and reboot. So what we've done now is we've mixed that channel output on that switch, and that's going to provide an offset to those ailerons, so they're going to both move in a direction that's hopefully going to be the right way. So how does that look? So now we have the mixer, we have these extra two lines here at the bottom, which is RC channel 10. If we go back into outputs again and kind of zoom down here, again we have our ailerons that are just moving and centering as normal. However, if I flick the switch controlling channel 10, then they go in to an offset, and that would be the flap. Now we need to still make sure that we've got enough room, and potentially that's going to overdrive it a little bit. Not very much. We can probably get away with it at this kind of setting. But you can see here that one way we're not at the end points, the other way we kind of just go over them. So you might have to play around with the travel on the control, because you never want to get in a situation where the amount of offset that you have for the flap is going to mean that the ailerons are then unbalanced or not the same on each side. The couple of things I'll talk about here. You may need to reverse the mixer. So at the moment we're just adding the same value to each side. If you're reversing the outputs in the output tab, so for example, typically if you've got two ailerons, one of them might be reversed, it might not be, doesn't really matter, but you just need to kind of be aware of that. The amount that the flaps, well, the flapperons drop for the flap effect is obviously going to be set in here by this particular number, the weight. So if you don't want it to move that far, maybe we just want it a little bit less for the effect. If we save it down to 30 and we save and reboot it, then when it comes back, the amount of offset is going to be less. Now, of course, in a real model, when you've got this plugged into servos, if you find that when you flick the flap channel, one of the ailerons goes up and the other one goes down, then just change the direction of it in here. So it might be that this needs to be -30 or this needs to be -30 to get in the right direction. But this is how I would do it. Why would I do it this way rather than do it the normal way and play with the flap channel and other bits and pieces? Well, this is the way that Mr. D Falling with Style, Darren, does it in INAV. And to be honest, I tend to just follow his advice for these kind of things. He's an INAV developer. And this way is a fantastic way. When you're flying around and you want your flaps, you can just flick the switch. And because we have that 100 in the mixer, which is the speed setting for it, so we could actually increase this to, let's just put it as 50. That'll slow it down even more. You'll see the effect when I do save and reboot. If we go back into outputs, scroll down, if I flick it now, you'll see that the flaps move nice and slowly into position. Last couple of pro tips for something like this. I personally wouldn't have continuously trimmed servos on if you're going to do this stuff and fly a lot with flaps. When you deploy the flaps or the flapperons into the flap position, then that potentially is going to offset the elevator. And that's the other thing as well, is that if you wanted to add a little bit of something into the elevator to handle that movement, if you're going to be flying a manual, you could. I wouldn't do it that way. I would just use the flapperons as they're set up here in something like horizon mode. So as you flick the flaps and the flapperons drop into the position, then that means that the control surface and the natural position of the aircraft, the neutral position, is all going to be handled by INAV, and it will kind of handle that by tweaking the elevator. And when you've landed, you can just put the flaps back where they were. So actually it's really easy. Just add a channel. The trick is 50% weight, 50% offset. Add that in the mixer to the two servos that are your aileron servos. Add them as I'm showing here. Again, I would also slow them down a little bit. Come into the outputs. Make sure that everything's moving in the right direction. The easiest way to test them is in manual mode, and just make sure that you still get full throws. Nothing is maxing out, and it kind of isn't here. That was probably as far as I would push it in this particular setup, and you're all set. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Painless 360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.